let's get fucking smashed.
Hey there. Hold on, you fat bastard. Aren't you trying to lose weight?
Yes, I am. Do you like a drink? Well, I live in Scotland and Ireland, so I definitely like a drink. But there are a couple of things to consider here if you're on a weight loss journey. Firstly, the safe alcohol intake for men and women is 14 units per week. Now, ideally, the experts say that this should be spread over at least 3 days, but you should also have a few alcohol-free days each week. In Scotland and Ireland, adherence to these safe limits, if you're a man, would lead to people seriously questioning your lad credentials. The second consideration is this: how serious are you about your weight loss journey? I ask this because alcohol and weight loss are not ideal bedfellows. In this video, we're going to take a quick run through a few different drinks, their strength, calories, sugar content, as well as assessing their potential impact on your weight loss. So, let's start with lagers and beers. When you see the TV ads for these, they're often associated with lad culture and being pretty fashionable. Lagers typically range between 3 and 8%, with calories ranging between 165 to 236 calories, with around a gram of sugar. A lager with an ABV of 4% will be around about 180 calories. An average beer with a 5% ABV has around 200 to 250 calories, with around a gram of sugar, and this equates to about 150 calories if you're drinking a 330ml bottle. Higher ABV beers such as your IPAs can climb up to around 300 calories. Lighter beers with lower alcohol count will generally have fewer calories. Worth mentioning here that lagers and beers contain albeit low amounts of estrogen, but they are sufficient amounts to be able to interact with your body's estrogen receptors. So guys in particular, wonder how you end up with moobs? Just saying. So, is it time to change your drink? Or do you give up now and go get fitted for a bra, lads? On then to cider. A standard 500ml bottle of cider will typically contain around about 200 to 300 calories and up to a whopping 39 grams of sugar. Fruit ciders tend to have higher calorie counts, and again, that estrogen is a factor. Moving on now to wine. Now, in my humble opinion, wine is a drink that you have with a nice meal, and they are known to enhance foods when paired well. It is definitely not a drink that you ought to be having 2 or 3 bottles of in one sitting. There is, however, no denying its popularity and its reputation as a social drink. So, white wine, a 150ml glass of white wine will typically contain around about 120 to 130 calories and up to 2 grams of sugar. Some of your sweeter dessert wines would be closer to 200 calories and 7 or 8 grams of sugar in the same quantity. A typical bottle of wine would contain around about 600 to 650 calories and up to 10 grams of sugar. Now, this is what 10 grams of sugar looks like. Not an insufficient amount, is it? Could you be on the fast track to diabetes or even pancreatitis? It's worth considering. Your sparkling wines like champagne, prosecco, cava typically all range around between 110 to 130 calories. A typical bottle of red wine would contain between 120 to 140 calories, and 1 or 2 grams of sugar per 150ml glass would mean that a bottle would contain between 600 and 700 calories, and again up to 10 grams of sugar. Sweeter red wines, variations such as port, will contain a higher sugar content and also a higher ABV. On then to spirits. So gin culture has really exploded in the last 10 to 15 years. This is my own drink of choice. There are literally hundreds of varieties of gins with ABVs ranging wildly between 37.5% as a standard and 57% with some of the crazy ones. As with any alcohol, stronger is not better, okay? If you're drinking a lot of spirits and you're not using a measure, you're literally poisoning yourself. You're not getting any more drunk. I like to enjoy and remember my evenings, so I use a 35ml measure, which is right in the middle between a single and a double. Absolutely perfect. House measures are to be avoided. On a Spanish holiday last year, they free pour their spirits there. I worked out that one glass of gin contained over 3 35ml measures. Absolutely crazy. Nobody needs that in a drink. For the following drinks, the calculations are all based on 35ml measures, okay? So I'll give you a quick comparison here. My favourite gin is an authentically Scottish gin called Caroon. Absolutely lovely, with a slimline tonic and a wee slice of apple. It has an ABV of 41.8%. I drink exclusively slimline tonic, and I mostly drink Gordon's gin, which is an ABV of 37.5. That's the standard strength. So a Caroon gin and regular tonic is around 80 calories with about 3.5 grams of sugar. With a slimline tonic, the same drink is around 56 calories and no sugar. A Gordon's gin and regular tonic is around 76 calories with about 3.5 grams of sugar. Again, with the slimline tonic, it's around 52 calories and no sugar. Again, the measurements for the following drinks, again based on that 35ml measure. So we move on then to vodka. A standard vodka and cola will have around about 168 calories with up to 8 grams of sugar, and that is with about a 70ml dash of cola. Vodka and diet cola will have around about 72 calories and no sugar. A vodka, soda and lime will also be 72 calories, but it doesn't have the high content of artificial sweeteners and caffeine that you would find in many diet fizzy drinks. On then to whiskey. So a standard whiskey and lemonade will contain around 82 calories and about 6 grams of sugar. On its own, around about 77 calories and no sugar. Some bourbon whiskies will have a slightly higher alcohol content. So we move on then to rum. So white rum and cola has around 66 calories and about 6 grams of sugar. A dark rum and cola will have around 95 calories and around about 13 grams of sugar. That's high. Small disclaimer here, there's always going to be variations depending on your brand and your strength. This video is attempting to help you understand what you're drinking and how it can impact on your weight loss. Now then, cocktails. Geez, where do you even start? Cocktails are a minefield, and I'm not even going to attempt much here, except to say that cocktails are most often really high in sugar and syrup, and are amongst the very worst drinks that you can put into your body. It never ceases to amaze me seeing these young people drinking an entire jug of green syrupy liquid. Horrendous for your health and a potential fast track to diabetes. Even a French martini, which is quite a basic cocktail, there's around about 217 calories and between 13 to 17 grams of sugar. That's incredible. So seriously, if you really want to lose weight whilst enjoying a few drinks here and there, avoid cocktails and shots, or just forget about it. I do enjoy an occasional after dinner limoncello, but again, I've given these up for the duration of my weight loss journey because a 50ml measure will contain 140 calories and a whopping 18 grams of sugar. The final drinks I want to touch upon are, of course, your mixers. Fizzy drinks are generally very high in sugar and calorie counts are pretty high. While most diet fizzy drinks have no sugar, they're usually high in potential harmful artificial sweeteners and caffeine. Tonics are often lower calorie alternatives, but they still have their drawbacks, and again, due to artificial sweeteners, there are still concerns in medical circles about the long-term effects of drinking tonic on a regular basis. Carbonated drinks generally can fill you up, they'll leave you feeling bloated and stomach discomfort and wind. This means also that they can be a barrier to nutrition because there's less room for healthy food and drinks. Carbonated drinks can also increase heartburn symptoms and contribute to dehydration. Soda water might offer the healthiest option, and it's good for your hydration and might help reduce the risk of heartburn that might occur with those other options. So once again, I'll say, I'm no health expert. I've just done a bit of armchair research here to help you make choices compatible with your weight loss or health improvement goals. As with any healthy dietary regime, it's all things in moderation, isn't it? Now, you'll likely have heard the expression, you do the math. Well, when it comes to alcohol and weight loss, you literally have to do the math. But I've given you some help in the video description showing different quantity consumptions and the calorie impact that they have. If, like me, you're committed and serious about losing weight, plan properly for your alcohol intake. For example, if I want to have a few gins at the weekend, I make sure to do some exercise beforehand and really look at the meals that I have on that day, particularly the nutrition that I'm going to gain. I always try and work hard to make sure that I don't exceed my calorie intake. Also, drink lots of water, including a small glass in between each alcoholic drink. This will help to flush out your system and keep you hydrated, and also to help avoid the dreaded hangover and the fear. Drinking even a moderate amount of alcohol regularly will inhibit your weight loss, and the sugars could damage your pancreas in the medium to longer term, not to mention your liver. I will be doing a liver care video at some point, so do watch this space. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, that helps YouTube algorithm. Click on the bell to be notified of new content, and share with anyone looking to improve their health or to lose weight. So thanks again to all of you for tuning in. I really appreciate you. I also want to say thanks to 4 people whose generosity has really blown me away. Matty in Brisbane, Daniel in Alicante, Mel in Cork, and Paolo in Turin. Thanks for your donations. They really help me to keep the content coming. Really appreciate you guys, but I appreciate all of you for watching. Finally, a quick reminder that the prize draw for a £25 Amazon voucher and a book called Metabolic Freedom by Ben Azadi, which contains some amazing dietary and lifestyle insights. Great prizes there. So to be included in the draw, please subscribe. And if your subscriber status is private, email me at the address in the description, put in prize draw, #1 in the subject line, and let me know your contact information. Email addresses obviously work best for receiving prizes. I will delete all of your data as soon as that prize draw has taken place. So it is secure and no worries there. In my next video, that'll be my big weight loss reveal for week 6. So do tune in to see the amazing progress and how I got there. Thanks so much again, and I'll see you on the next one. Meantime, drink plenty of water. Sherry ball.